Hi there, my name is Tracy. This is the 3-Wick Thesis Candle channel, and today I have for you another episode of my Wick-end deals. I'm going to talk about some of the best candle deals out there across multiple retailers, focusing mainly today on Bath & Body Works, Goose Creek, and Yankee. I will briefly talk about both Kringle and Homeworks/QVC. But honestly, y'all, nothing has changed over there since last week. So if you saw last week's Wick-end deals, you're all set. Bath & Body Works, gotta say, that's where we're gonna start. I'm not that impressed with the sale. I think there are a few good deals to be had, so I'm gonna talk about those. Let's start by talking about the sale that started today and runs through Monday morning at 5:59 a.m. Eastern Time, and that is their $10 off all candles sale. To be clear, that does not include the $10.99 now summer sale candles. This is just the full price candles. So if you go into the candle section of the website, you will notice that not only are the big 3 wicks $10 off, which makes them anywhere between $14.95 and $16.95, but so are the single wick candles $10 off. Not the best price for 3 wicks. I guarantee you we will see a better sale on the 3 wicks very soon. Single wicks, that's actually a pretty good deal. It's not the best deal, but it's good. So if you wanted to pick up some single wicks and you don't have any Bath & Body Works rewards to cash in, I would say now is a good time to snag those. So $10 off through Monday early morning. The summer sale is ongoing. I'll go ahead and just eliminate some of this mess so we can focus on the summer sale items. I'm just going to go down to 3 wicks only, and then I'm going to sort by low to high, and that's going to show us the $10.99 what was SAS candles. SAS has officially ended. We have now entered into the summer sale, which is basically just extended SAS. So a couple of things happened recently. One is soaps finally went 75% off, so if you were waiting for that, go get those. Still have not seen these candles go down to 75%. Now, last semi-annual sale, once it got into winter sale, it wasn't until the very last week of the winter sale that some of the $10.99 candles, I think then they were $10.95, went down to 75% off. So I'm still holding out hope that some of these will be discounted before the end of the summer sale, which is scheduled to end on August 4th. Of course, Bath & Body Works always says until supplies last. We'll see. So we still have quite a few options in terms of the spring and summer release candles that are available at the $10.99 price point. If you have a 20% off coupon, that's a good price. I would say if you really want some of these and you've got that coupon, I wouldn't wait, because these will continue to sell down more and more over the next couple of weeks until and if they even drop those down to 75% off. So I would say if you have a coupon, you want some of those, you know, you're safe snagging them. You might save a little bit more money with the 75% off, but then you don't know what's left. So it's kind of a risk either way. What else is going on over here? Let me show you the new products that we got in. So I did haul the new Vanilla Romance line that includes the original re-release of Vanilla Romance, this one right here, along with the 2 flankers. We got one that's called Vanilla Ease that has lavender in it, and then Vanilla Cafe, which has coffee in it. I did already go over my cold impressions of those on my Saturday ritual haul video from last week. I'll go ahead and link that in the description below in case you want to know more about those candles. I will have a lit review out on those 3, plus the 4th vanilla one that recently came out, and that's the one I want to talk about today, and that is a part of the men's collection, the Vanilla Noir. Now, I have not smelled this one yet. I'm hoping to get into the store here in Michigan on Saturday. Gonna see if the stepdad wants to go. If he doesn't, I will be doing the ritual Saturday haul by myself, y'all. But I'm eyeing this one. I definitely want to pick it up this weekend, even though, again, $16.95 is not a good price on this candle. However, for the sake of the review, I want to get that complete, and I feel like this is going to close out that collection and make the lit review really nice with 4 candles. So I'm going to pick this one up. It's Rich Vanilla, Bergamot Spice, and Patchouli Musk. That sounds right up my alley. I love the vanilla candles from Bath & Body Works. I love anything bergamot, and I absolutely love patchouli and musk. We'll see if this smells anything like the Noir with vanilla. I will be very happy. If this reads too cologne-y with that bergamot and patchouli musk note, I might not like it. But I'm at least going to pick it up this weekend, burn it, and give it a try with the other 3 vanilla candles that I'm doing. So I'll have that lit review out. It probably will be sometime next week. I have a lot. I know yesterday, y'all, I spammed you because I just can't unload these reviews fast enough. A lot of this stuff is pre-recorded. If I don't get it out, it just goes to waste. So I did spam you yesterday, did 4 videos. Sorry, not sorry. I think I have one more spam day probably next week because I have a couple of Kringle reviews I want to get posted that have just been sitting there waiting. But this one for sure I want to get out because this is new product. Also, speaking of things that are coming down the pipeline, I do have my Smurf collection review that I'm going to post tomorrow. The long-awaited Smurf collection from Goose Creek. And I also have the new release. It was a set of 4 candles that came out. I think 2 of them were new and 2 were returning. Maybe 3 were returning. Anyway, it had the banana, the blueberry donut, the bagel, and the lavender cookie one. That one I'm going to go ahead and post on Sunday. So if you aren't already subscribed and you like reviews, make sure you hit the subscribe button so you can see those. And if you are already subscribed, first of all, thank you. I appreciate you subscribing to my channel. It supports me. But also, be on the lookout. You'll be getting notifications this weekend of those reviews. Okay, new sale prices. Not that great on 3 wicks. Pretty good on single wicks. $10.99. Still waiting for that to drop. That's everything that's going on at Bath & Body Works in terms of candle love. Goose Creek, however, y'all, I don't even know how it's possible, but since we last talked about my Wick-end deals episode on Thursday of last week, they have released 4, yes, 4 collections since then. They released 2 on Friday, and then I think it was 2 more on Monday. I believe it was Monday. And there's more. There's more coming because they still haven't released Halloween, and that is due. I did look in the app this morning. Did not see any new names in the search function. That doesn't always mean anything. Sometimes they still release stuff on Fridays. I suspect we will have a new collection tomorrow. I have no idea what it will be. I will post a community post if that does happen and update you and let you know things have been released. So let's talk about the new. One of them is the Wilderness Adventure. Now, I originally thought this was an answer to Bath & Body Works camp series, but this is a re-release, the camping line. Some of this is a re-release from last year, so maybe Bath & Body Works was an answer to Goose Creek. I don't know. Either way, both companies have this like camping line that they're doing. Goose Creek's has 6 new fragrances and 2 returning. I was just going to order the new ones to review, and then I saw the Skillet Blueberry Cobbler, and I know everybody loves that one, so I was like, well, I have to have that one. And then I was like, how could I not buy the 8th one? So yeah, I bought all 8 of these. I am having this particular collection shipped here to my parents' house so I can complete that collection before I fly back to Michigan. I'll do a lit review on this one. I am really excited about most of these fragrances. I've heard some really great things, for example, about Moonlit Slow Dance. I love anything marshmallow, anything amber. Vanilla whiskey could go one way or the other, but this one just sounds like a really deep, rich, earthy, a little bit sweet fragrance that I really want to give a try. And I know Summer over at the Fragrance Junkie channel has spoken highly of this fragrance. So I can't wait to smell that one and see what I think. One of the new ones is Mountainside Lake. This one has scent notes of, and this I'm a little bit worried this one could be a lot like that. I can't remember the collection. It was like all water and rain fragrances. I think this is going to be redundant with those. It feels very similar, but it's mountain air, fresh eucalyptus, and cool waters. So I expect this one to be pretty crisp and just kind of fresh air. Get the sinuses with the eucalyptus scent that's in there. There's also Wilderness Hike, and this one has scent notes of wet pine needles, which sounds appealing. You're going to get like a sappy pine with some aquatic note possibly. Damp leaves and woodland mist. I also think this one could go too woody for my tastes, but I still want to give it a try and do a review because it's a new fragrance for y'all, and I know you appreciate those insights. Windblown Wildflowers is another new release. I love the label on this one. I love sunflowers. It's sweet wildflowers, meadow greens, and sun-warmed citrus. Looking at the scent notes in this, this feels a lot like one of the Smurf candles that came out that had, was it like green foliage, citrus, and I forget what the other scent note was. I'm hoping it's different because that one was kind of a womp womp in my opinion. We'll see. If there's more wildflower fragrance in this one, I think it will be good. But if it's too grassy and citrus, I think it's going to smell like that Smurf candle. Which, spoiler alert, I was not as excited about the Smurf collections at the collection as I had hoped. So, watch it on Friday if you want to know more. This one, Bonfire Blanket, cannot wait. I love cashmere musk. I love marshmallows, and it says bonfire, so we're going to get a little bit of that smokiness with a bourbon vanilla. That one went in the bag, no question. Campfire Embers, another one that feels a little bit smoky to me and just earthy and pleasant. This one has scent notes of smoked woods, glowing embers, and leather hiking boots. So I imagine this one's going to be on the more masculine side. Hoping it doesn't go too cologne-y because I really just want it to be earthy and warm. Evergreen Trail is the last new fragrance in this collection that they released. This one just sounds like a solid woody pine fragrance. Forest Evergreen. By the way, this is Mama Cat over here. Oh, there she is. Mama Cat is the third cat you may have met of my mom's on the channel. I think she was the runt. She's the smallest one. Hi. She's sweet. Really sweet. Doesn't cuddle too much. Just kind of keeps to herself and lets you pet her. But not as sociable as the two boy cats you've met. So that's Mama Cat. Ironically, not the mom. That is one of their sisters, but she looks like the mom. So I guess my mom called her Mama Cat. I don't know how much of that was my normal mom versus my mom with dementia. It really could go either way. My mom probably would have named her Mama Cat without her being a Mama Cat, even before she had Alzheimer's. Hard to say. I thought in my head, I'm like, is it was because she confused her with the Mama Cat? I don't know. It's hard to tell. Dementia is a real bummer, y'all. Okay, Skillet Blueberry Cobbler is the last one in this collection, and that one I want to eat. It's warm blueberries, baked cobbler, and vanilla ice cream. And I think I saw in the Goose Creek subreddit last week that this one sold out really fast last year. There was also a question about should you wait to pick these up at the $12.49 price point. Normally I would say yes, you absolutely should hold off because we will get a better sale. I think last year they delayed putting some of their fall candles on sale, probably because they know how much we all like them, and they're going to take advantage of that. I would say if you are worried that you're not going to get your hands on Skillet Blueberry Cobbler, pick that up because it could sell out, but the rest of them, it's hard for me to gauge their new fragrances. The Moonlight one is a returning favorite. You know, again, it's a risk. I would say if you're worried it's going to sell out, pick it up at $12.49. It's really not that much more than what we would pay during a good sale. We're talking $1.50 to $2.50 each more than normal. But also you could hold out, and I think you probably would be okay, but you might not get everything that you want. All right, so that is that collection. Then we got this other collection, and this one, I can't remember the order of when these came out. I think this one came out with the camping one on Friday. This one has, let's see, 1, 2, 4. So 4 of the 7 fragrances are new and 3 are returning. Campfire Leaves is one of those. By the way, I did order all of these also. However, I had this order shipped to Michigan because I don't think I can get through 2 new collections, one with 8 and one with 7 before I leave here. So this one's going to be a little bit longer because it's going back to California. I still don't know when I'm returning. Tentatively, it's the 23rd, but I might stay an extra week. I'm just kind of gauging my stepdad and where he's at and whether or not I feel like he still needs my support here. So this might be August before you see my review on this one. Just a heads up. Also, thank you again for all your support and understanding. It really has meant the world to me. Campfire Leaves is brandied apple, charred chestnuts, and fallen leaves. Just on the scent notes, this doesn't sound like my vibe, but I'm attracted to it because of the idea of it being a campfire fragrance. We'll see, y'all. I don't know. That one is new. Otherwise, I would ask y'all what you think about me liking it. Caramel Apple is a returning fragrance. I think the hubs will like this one. It's crisp apple, warm caramel, and vanilla cream. Let me know, y'all. Do you like that one? Have you burned that one? Same with this cinnamon sugar one. Also returning. I don't remember actually if I ordered this one. I may have passed on this one just because I don't know if I wanted the whole collection. I don't recall. It's warm pastry, vanilla bean, and cinnamon sugar. I was intrigued by the warm pastry note in this, but I also felt like it might just end up smelling like every other cinnamon sugar candle that I've bought in the last year. I can't recall whether or not I added this to the bag, so that one might not be a part of my review. The other one, which I did add just because it sounds amazing and I wanted to try it, is the Cozy Autumn Cuddle. This one is woven blankets, warm vanilla, and rich sandalwood. Again, feels like my jam. I love sandalwood. I love anything linen, laundry, blanket, cozy. And then there are 3 more new fragrances in this collection. Fall Fireside. I love the label on this one, y'all. It makes me feel like I am actually at a log cabin up in the woods in northern Michigan. It feels like that vibe, 100%. Crunchy leaves, smoked cedar, and fireplace embers. I'm a little worried about how smoky masculine this one might be, but I'm going to give it a try. The other new one is pomegranate cran apple, which just feels very late fall to me. It's got red apple, tart cranberries, and sweet pomegranate. Feels like a good fruit balance. Also something to kind of counteract all the smoky, woody stuff from these 2 collections. And then we got a very sweet sounding gourmand fragrance, toffee kettle corn, in this collection. And this one has scent notes of sweet kettle corn, melted toffee, and sea salt. This one sounds very scrumptious, but I also am a little bit hesitant because sometimes popcorn fragrances, it's kettle corn, so maybe it'll be okay, can either be too buttery or cloyingly sweet. I think with the sea salt, though, maybe that'll help balance it out. Not sure, but that one is an awesome collection that I'm excited about. And then there was also 4 releases, 3 of them re-releases, but new labels. And that one was one of them that came out on Monday. This is the Cider and Sweaters fragrance. This has scent notes of apple pastry, crumbled oats, and a mug of warm cider. I think I passed on this one, if I recall. This is one that I also had shipped to California. I did pick up the new cinnamon bun icing to review because it's a new fragrance and I wanted to see what I think and share that with you all. It's gooey cinnamon bun, sweet icing, and baking spice. Hoping this one's pretty sweet. I would expect that from a cinnamon bun icing fragrance. And note that it's cinnamon bun icing, not just cinnamon bun. So I'm expecting it to be more of just the frosting note. Cinnamon pumpkin is a re-release. This has scent notes of country pumpkin, sweet cinnamon, and clove buds. I love clove candles. I love anything cinnamon spice. And then the other one that's not showing up in this collection, let me see. I found it actually on the 12th page when I was looking earlier this week. Yeah, I don't know why it's not showing up with the rest of them, but it's on the 12th page, and it's the new label for Champagne Bubbles. This one is a dupe of Champagne Toast from Bath & Body Works. Given my experience burning both, I like this one better. It's sparkling champagne, pink grapefruit, and juicy orange. I like this one better because I had better experience in terms of burn quality, and I feel like it had more strength and throw. It's still not a powerhouse, but better than Bath & Body Works. I'm not going to buy this one right now. This feels like a January candle to me, but I will be buying it when all of these go on sale for the winter sass and or maybe a Black Friday sale, but I'm going to wait to get that one until later. But just know if you're interested in picking it up, I'm sure there are other reviewers who have already reviewed Champagne Bubbles, and I would say if you like Champagne Toast from Bath & Body Works, get that one. It's equivalent, and actually I think it's better. Then there's this other one that came out on Tuesday. This one is 4 candles. I had them shipped here to Michigan, so you'll get this review sooner. And these, I think, are all new fragrances. Y'all, I cannot wait for this one. Blueberry Lemon Bundt Cake. It's Maine blueberries, lemon drizzle, and buttery cake. Yes, please. A lot of blueberry fragrances lately with Goose Creek. Then there is a peaches and cream cake. Not always a fan of peach, but I like the idea of it being mixed in with that sweet cream and the cake note. I feel like it's going to be gourmandy, which usually I like edible peach stuff. Then the next one in that collection is strawberry jam pie. That one has scent notes of Florida strawberries, flaky pie crust, and sweet jam. Hoping that one is well balanced with the pie crust pastry note and the berries. And then the last one in that collection is the caramel drizzled blondie, which includes scent notes of caramel drizzle, Vermont maple, and warm blondie. This one just sounds like a heavy hitter. Maple tends to be really strong. Caramel tends to be really strong. I'm here for it. And that one actually is a returning. So that collection has 3 new ones and 1 returning. I did order all 4. They will be here. I probably will have a review out next week, hopefully. That's assuming things get here on time, y'all. I don't know. Goose Creek is so unpredictable sometimes with their shipment. It might not be until the weekend after that. We'll see. But reviews on the way for all of those. Now, in terms of pricing, what's happening over at Goose Creek is that they're still doing their semi-annual clearance sale, and then they've got the new fall ones. Some of the new fall ones are $12.49. However, like the most recent collection I showed you, it's on sale for $10.99. I don't know the rhyme or reason, but some of them are cheaper than others. And if you are looking for good sale prices, I'll go ahead and do price ascending. The cheapest we have right now is $6.25. And a lot of the candles I reviewed very recently, like Espresso Cake Pop, $6.99. That whole Traveler collection, $6.99. Key Lime Cake Pop, $6.99. The tea one, which is a part of my tea series. A lot of the candles that I've been reviewing lately are really cheap. Anywhere from $6.99 up to $10.99. Now is the time to be shopping Goose Creek. The way that they work with their sales is they'll continually lower the price until the candle sells out. So I don't know how much you want to delay on some of these that are super cheap because they're on the brink of being sold out. But they could go cheaper too if they're not selling out fast enough. So it's kind of hard to gauge. Have some fun. Do some shopping if you want. For me, all of my money went to Goose Creek this weekend. I'm done spending on candle hauls. 4 of them in 1 week is a budget gutter, is all I'm going to say. So, okay, Goose Creek, good sales. Don't know when any of this stuff is going to end. 4 new collections. I would still expect something tomorrow. Yankee has a couple of things going on. One, if you haven't heard, they did launch all of their new candles back on the 7th of July. Everything's 100% soy now. Some of the same jars, but not the same wax formula. A lot of the same fragrances. They are currently advertising a reward members only early access, 50% off all large candles. This is a 1-day deal. It's set to end today. I will note that if you're not already a member, I recommend you sign up. Lately, they've been doing 1-day sales. So like yesterday, it was free shipping. I think the day before that, it was like 10 off 50 or 30 off 100, something like that. And these sales are only lasting for 1 day. I'm used to Yankee starting a sale on Thursday and it going through the whole weekend, but this one is for today only. They do have a buy one, get one 50% off if you are a non-member, but compared to this one, that is not a good deal. So if you're going to shop Yankee this weekend, I would say take advantage today with that 50% off large jar sale. They also have a new collection that they just released. It's called Late Summer Scents Collection, and I did see this in the stores. Actually, I saw this before it launched even on July 7th, so I'll go ahead and show you a picture of what that looked like. I smelled all of these in the store, and to be honest, I liked all of them. I don't know if I liked any of them enough to want to buy them, but I thought they were all very pleasant and approachable. So we've got a new fragrance called Tiki Bar, and this is effervescent lime, orange wedge, spicy tropical rum, cinnamon, tuberose, coconut, amber, and patchouli. All of these fragrances in this collection just feel very well-rounded, very earthy. You get like this solid fall vibe, but then it pairs really nicely with what feels like a summer tropical vibe. And this one is no exception. I think that one smelled really good. There is the Twilight Nectar, which is pink apple, pineapple, cranberry, orange, so super fruity. In the middle, you got dragon fruit, strawberry, some tropical blooms to add some floral notes, coconut. I feel like that's going to be more of a foundational scent, along with those base notes of vanilla bean, almond, and sugarcane. I liked this one as well. I had no complaints about that one. I think Paradise Pumpkin was the one that smelled the best to me, and that one was fresh pineapple, cream of coconut, palm leaves, pumpkin spice, caramel, and whipped cream. These do not sound like fragrances that I would want together in a candle, but when I smelled it, it worked. It was interesting. I might pick a couple of these up on Saturday. There's a Yankee store right next to the Bath & Body Works that I plan to go to. We'll see what kind of sale they're doing on Saturday, but I might be tempted by these. And then the last one that's new in this collection is Blood Orange, Salty Air, Solar Tuberose, Liang Liang, Orange Blossom, Coconut, Vanilla Bean, Amber, Cedarwood, and Midnight Patchouli. And this one is called Amber Bouquet. So again, all of them have this kind of like woodsy fall base with either a tropical fruit or bloom note to go with it. So it feels like a good transitional fragrance from summer to fall. So we've got some new over at Yankee. Well, all new, but a new collection at Yankee. And then there also is, they aren't advertising it, but you can use it. There is a free shipping code you can use during the month of July. If you're a member, it is one-time use. So I would say save it for when you want it. And that is all caps July ship. I only know about that because I went on the website at the end of June and it was down, and there was like a little pop-up that was like, oh, you know, something fun is coming. Sorry, we're unavailable. Use this coupon code for free shipping in July. I've already used my code. I didn't realize it was one-time use. I used it to get those lemon gelato candles at the beginning of the month. Went to go use it, and it wouldn't let me, so I had to sign out. Then if you sign out, you don't get the 50% off price point. So learn from me, it's one-time use, save it for when you think you're really going to want it for that free shipping. And for me, that took off $7. Pretty good deal with that coupon code. All right, that is everything I wanted to talk about at Yankee. Now, Kringle, I'm just going to tell you to go to last week's video. It's all the same. They don't have anything new going on. No new sales. It's all $3 wax melts, blueberries, 3 for $33, daylights, nothing new. Same with Homeworks. They don't really have that much going on in terms of their sale stuff. They have the same sale they had last week where you're getting, I don't know, roughly a third, a little under a third of the candle price off on select candles. And even on the QVC website, I did do a quick run through. I'm not seeing a whole lot of change there as well. So I'm not going to focus on Kringle or Homeworks today just because it looks like it's continuing from last week. So if you missed last week's episode, I'll put a link to the description below. Hop over to there and check out the information from that video on what was going on. Actually, I think you might have to go back 2 weeks for Homeworks because Homeworks just has not changed any of their sales stuff. All right, y'all, let me know in the comments below, what are you most interested in picking up this weekend? Where is your budget and energy going to be focused? Are you holding off? Y'all, this is a marathon. We have a lot of fall still to come. Bath & Body Works still has fall 2 coming. We still have a possible collab coming out in October. We have Goose Creek's Halloween stuff that hasn't launched. We can definitely expect a fall collab with Goose Creek as well. So if you're on a no-buy, I support that and completely understand. Regardless, let me know in the comments. I want to have a chat with you today about what your plans are. If you have any questions for me, you can also put those in the comments below. I will try to answer them to the best of my ability. Thank you so much for joining me today. Give me a thumbs up if you appreciated this video, and I'll see you again tomorrow in my Smurf haul / lit review episode. I hope you'll join me. Until then, take care. Bye-bye.